It's very interesting, and this is something to think about as a gay community, because even Johnny Weir, he's not identifying as transgender or as gay. He's identifying as Johnny Weir, which on one hand leaves him a bit isolated, which is tough. It's like the gayest figure skater isn't necessarily the one that Pride House is to speak to, because people throw all these assumptions on that person, and that person becomes a perpetuation of a stereotype. Homophobia in sport is going to have the door broken down when it's not probably an extreme example of a stereotype, but when it is more of a middle of the road, more socially marketable, acceptable person. Sadly, that's what the press is going to probably pay attention to.
Absolutely, that makes sense.
And until that happens, we're kind of stuck in this, everybody assumes Johnny's gay, there are gays in sport, but once again, gee, he's being discriminated against, so what's the point of coming out if you are gay?
Yeah. After arriving in Whistler, we set off to the Pride House Olympic Press Conference, where guests like Jennifer Birch-Jones spoke about LGBT issues in sport to the international media.
With this year's theme of sport and its culture of silence, we will be calling on all sport organizations in Canada, especially those at the national level, to sign the declaration to eliminate homophobia in sport and take other concrete actions to make sport in Canada more welcoming to sexual diversity.
We have people saying that 50% of the people working in sport and administration are gay or lesbian. We've heard statistics like 70% of people polled would have no problem if their person on their hockey team came out as gay in terms of the professional league. We hear Brian Burke saying, I'm devoted to upholding the courage and the love that my son showed to me and in coming out to the world, and continuing to speak on his behalf. So all these little pockets of positive things at some point have to converge, and a real change is going to happen.
Now, there's a real special guest coming by Pride House at some point today. The Canadian gold medalist for skeleton.
John Montgomery.
Yeah.
Well, I think he's just like a super cool guy, and I think that he's open and shows the spirit of what might be possible. If there's more straight guys that are open to come to Pride House and say, hey, you guys are great, I support you. I have to say, John Montgomery seems like the best of the best. He does seem like a really great representative of everything good about sport and humanity, but it doesn't hurt to have him supporting our team.